โตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ Okay, so we have just about 1 hour together so that you know the morning schedule. So on this retreat, I'm aware that we have not talked too much about meditation, and we assume that everybody here is already meditation master. You're already expert, right? You already know what you are doing. So there are different styles to the retreat. I remember my first retreat with Mahajula. It was in Kamson, the Faculty of Humanities. And there were around 350 of us in this hall. Knee touching knee, person in front of you like this. Everybody packed in this hall. A lot of suffering. And I was sat over there where this guy in the white shirt was, I think, 25 years ago. So in 25 years, I advanced about 20 meters. Now, got to the front of the hall. That's what you can expect. If you practice hard for 20 years, you can advance 20 meters in the Dhamma hall. At that time, the Faculty of Humanities, we had a lot of senior monks come to join the retreat and give Dhamma talk after Dhamma talk, after Dhamma talk, after Dhamma talk. Then we go for lunch. We come back, Dhamma talk, Dhamma talk, Dhamma talk. And each one, as he starts to get slower, he says, okay, enough. The next one, take the microphone. Dhamma talk again. Now, I can't understand too much Thai. It was all in Thai. So, for you, Thai student, please opton, be patient. You understand more English than I knew about Thai at that time. So, is this a meditation retreat or Dhamma talk retreat? I organize a revolution. I organize the monks together. We will have revolution against this program. And I organize 20 monks, and then I go and I complain, too much Dhamma talk in my ear all day. So finally they agreed and they said, okay, yes, too much Dhamma talk. So sometimes too much, sometimes not enough in this retreat. In my view, we're quite lucky that we give time and space for quiet and for meditation and not too much talking. We have to endure. We have to, while we're not giving many meditation instructions, I want to encourage you, though, if you have doubt, if you are not sure about the system, because we are not explaining too much, not talking too much. If you have doubt about the system, why am I walking like a robot, forward and backward, just my mind. I wake up in the night, I'm dreaming, left goes thus, right, I wake up, ruin my sleep. I want to dream about pizza, football, I don't know. What do you dream about? But please trust the system. The system does work. Even what we are doing are exercises. Same as if you learn guitar, you have to learn A, B, A minor, and then you have to learn the C. Did you ever learn the C? It's very hard. You have to move your fingers like this. So you practice over and over, and when you are playing the guitar, the sound that it makes, terrible sound, because you don't know what you are doing, but you practice your fingers on the string here, on here, on here. If you practice tennis, first time you come, you don't know how to hold a tennis racket. You hit the ball, it go over there. You try and serve over the net, it hits the net. You're no good. But you do the exercises, do the practices. Only if you do the practices, then you can learn, you can actually play tennis. You can actually play the guitar. Same as language. When you learned English, right? You learn A, B. Did you sing the song? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Did you learn like this? He says no. Some people say yes. We learn, when I was young, we sing the song so we can remember the letters. There is no word in the English language written A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There's not a word. But you learn the alphabet. You learn A, B, C, D. And then later you learn the different sounds for each letter. Then you learn the words. And now you can read, right? You can just look at the book and you know the meaning of the word. You don't even think about the letters. You know the meaning of the word because you have done the exercises. So that's why we are doing the practice in this way. Noting, thinking, rising, falling, left goes thus, right goes thus, eating, walking, standing. These are exercises. If you master the exercises, then the real meditation will come up automatically. Then you will know why you did the exercises. You experience the adhicitta, higher states of mind of concentration, momentary concentration, jhana concentration, insight, jnana. Piece by piece, all of this will make sense. But our job, our task here is to practice the exercises. That is what we are doing here. That is why we are practicing in this way. Be sure, be confident in this system. It does work, bit by bit. Even if each day you are not sure, like again, walking, lifting, day by day, you can trust the system that this will have the good benefits in the end. Trust me, sometime, especially for monks and nuns, also mindfulness master students, you can be here scratching your head. Why? Turning, standing. What am I doing? But then some years later, people will ask you, how should I meditate? You will tell them, standing, turning, intending to walk. You will repeat these same things that you learned, you will tell to people in the future when they ask you about meditation. So be sure that you bring close attention to the system, because people will ask you about it, especially for monks and nuns. They expect you to know about it. You say to somebody, okay, right goes thus, left goes thus. And they say to you, especially the foreigner, they will say to you, why? You need to answer why. You need to know in your own head why this practice. How is it working? To be able to answer this question. Especially foreigners, they ask a lot of questions. I was with Tibetan monk one time. They have very strange practice. You have to visualize white Avalokiteshvara sitting on your head, like a Kuan Yin, right? Avalokiteshvara. White Avalokiteshvara sitting on your head. Okay, I can do that. Then on top of him, you have to visualize red Amitabha Buddha sitting on top of Avalokiteshvara. And his foot of the red Amitabha Buddha, his foot is on your head here, his big toe on the top of your head. And you have to visualize. So I said to him, for me, it's obvious question. I said, why? And he looked at me as if I'm crazy. What do you mean, why? I said, well, red Amitabha Buddha on top of Avalokiteshvara will squash him. He will die. And the Tibetan monk, he said, when I'm in the monastery, we never ask why. We just do it. So there is a value in just doing it, follow the system. But I encourage you to keep the inquiring mind. Keep asking yourself, why? How does it work? What does it do? How is this meditation? How will this complete Four Noble Truths? How will this take me to Nibbana? Then when you are asked, as you will be asked, you will be able to answer the questions wisely. After the Amitabha Buddha has his toe on here, you have to visualize a red pipe from the top of your head down to the seat. Red on the outside, white on the inside. And inside this pipe is a mustard seed. And on the mustard seed is a Tibetan symbol. Did anyone do this practice? Called Phra practice. Then you shoot the mustard seed from here, from your belly, up to the top of your head. And then it hit the big toe of Amitabha Buddha and come down again. I asked him why. I'm not sure how this practice takes you to enlightenment. I like the Theravada practice because it's real. This is your feet, your legs, your feeling, your body awareness is real. Nobody can dispute it. We're not teaching you belief, visualization of Buddhas sitting here or there, no matter their big toe. We're not teaching that. We're teaching what is undisputably real. Your body. First, Satipatthana, body awareness. Your body is real. I can feel it. My dukkha vedana, sukha vedana, liking and disliking, I can feel it. My citta is expanded or contracted, concentrated or scattered. I can feel it. This is real. That's why I came to and I stay with Theravada Buddhism, because I cannot dispute not some visualization or some chanting or some stories or some beliefs or some rituals. It's bringing your mind to what is real. Today we will start the interviews. Is that right today? Interview or not? Some people say yes. So the interviewer, the teacher, will ask you questions about your practice. You need to be able to answer. What is more clear to you, the rising or the falling? What do you feel in the foot when you are walking? They will ask you these kind of questions. Do you have pain? Do you have thinking? Do you want to escape? Do you want to stay here forever? I don't know. They will ask you many questions. You need to know how to answer. One time I was in MA program and I came to do this retreat, but it was in Khao Yai. And the teacher asked questions. But my meditation was quite good. I just sit and it's quite nice. I don't have to think about anything. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have exams to do. The weather was quite nice. I was enjoying my retreat. I just sit, peaceful. I'm not sure I'm meditating. My mind kind of like, so I'm not sure, am I really meditating or not? But I don't care because it's quite nice. And I got to the interview. Our Sayadaw from Burma was there in person. He said, "How is your meditation?" "Quite nice." "You have any problem?" "No problem." So he want something from me. I'm like, sabai sabai. So he keep asking question, and my answer was, oh, mai pen rai. And then I think he got frustrated. He's like, you must have some problem. He said, you have pain in the body? I thought, oh, yeah, I have a bit of pain. He said, oh, pain, right. Do not give up when you feel pain. Okay. I didn't give up, but okay. Do not give up when you feel pain. You must endure the pain. Very good. Said is like if you take the bus to Bangkok and you only go 3 stops, then you get out the bus and you come back here. You will never get to Bangkok because you stop, you give up, and you come back before you reach your destination. In the same way, if you feel pain, but you stop your meditation, you will never attain to meditation. I said to him, oh, it's very good. Your words, very wise. I'm so glad I listened to you today. He has a translator. I can't speak Burmese, but I think I know what the translator and the Sayadaw are saying together. I think I know. I say, oh, thank you very much, Sayadaw. Your words, very good for me today. So now I go to Bangkok. He said, no. You cannot go to Bangkok. The translator said to me, I said, yes, Sayadaw just told me I can go to Bangkok. He said, no, he didn't say that. Sayadaw asked the translator, what is he doing? He's going to Bangkok. Sayadaw says, no, your translation, no good. He said, no, my English, perfect. He can't understand. Sayadaw turned to me, he say, in English, he said to me, you no go Bangkok. I say, I understand. Sayadaw say to the translator, see, it's easy to tell him. Translator says, he's crazy Farang. I said, no. Then he said, any more question? I said, yeah, I understand. I cannot go to Bangkok, but I have one more question. Sayadaw said, yes. He said, can I go to Chiang Mai? Then the interview is over. I'm quite happy with myself. I don't know what the Sayadaw was thinking. If you have pain in the body, you will get pain in the body. So I have a few suggestions. First of all, you need to distinguish between real pain and Dharma pain. So real pain is a problem in your body. If your knee or your foot or your back. Dharma pain is pains that come up and express out of your body because you make the mind more refined. Every action that you make, every thought that you do has physical counterpart. You think about threading a needle, right? Putting the thread through the needle. When you do it, what happens to your mouth? You go like this, right? Why you stick your tongue out of your mouth and squeeze your eye like this? The effort of what you are doing has a counterpart in your body. Same as everything that you do. If you are eating some food, there's something you don't like, what do? You You pull the face, right? Physical counterpart for what's happening in your mind. Everything that you do in your life, every deliberate action has a counterpart in the body. Some part of your body gets more tight. So these pains you hold in the body, you don't know, you're not aware. Because you make the mind more refined, your meditation, you make the mind more empty. These pains can start to come out, often in the shoulders. I remember one time early in my meditation, my stomach here, and it wasn't hurting. I didn't feel anything, and I'm meditating, and then suddenly my stomach, like this, feel like it fold out, then starts to hurt. I'm like, wow, I didn't know about that. Another time, I felt like a steel band around my chest, tight, like, oh, it's so tight, I can't breathe. I complained to my teacher, your meditation make my chest hurt. These are Dharma pains because when you stand up and move around, they disappear. If they disappear when you move around and go to eat or do something, it's just a Dharma pain you can endure. If when you stand up and you move around, the pain endures, is still there, then you have real pain. Important to know the difference. Some pain you should endure. Some pain you need to change something. Your knee or your back. For me, my feet, I have it's called plantar fasciitis, is a problem in the feet. If I walk on hard surface for too long, I get terrible pain in my feet. But this pain will stay for months. So I know this is real pain. So please distinguish between what is Dharma pain and what is real pain. Dharma pain, you can endure. Everybody will feel this kind of discomfort during meditation. In fact, if you get concentrated, often the pain will disappear. The body can feel very comfortable. As you enter into jhana, as you enter into real concentration, the body becomes very comfortable to be in. At that time, you can use the full body as your meditation object. It's a nice place to be, easy to concentrate there. So that is the first foundation of mindfulness of body. All good meditation, if it's based in reality and not in philosophy or visualization or rite and rituals, all good meditation needs to be grounded in the body. This body is real, is your guide. Second foundation of mindfulness of feeling. We say feeling, but dukkha vedana, sukha vedana. I like to use the word liking and disliking, because a thing is not pleasant or unpleasant. A thing is liked or disliked. I like water. I have been given water here, but I think it's not nice. You give a Dhamma talk and you take a bottle and like this. It's not mindful. You should have a cup. So I dislike it now. Is this dukkha or sukha? Is in my mind, liking and disliking. the food you are eating. Most people want to eat the food you had in your childhood. And so you eat the different food. Sometimes you like it, sometimes you dislike it. As a meditator, you should be able to get past liking and disliking. When you see the food and you like it, you just note liking. If you're not careful, you get greedy. 2 days ago, they had potato. Yeah, I really like potato. I put 1 scoop in my bowl, 2nd scoop in my bowl, 3rd scoop in my bowl. Okay, greedy. Eat too much potato. You should be aware as a meditator, liking and disliking. If you are somebody who reacts just because of what you like or dislike, you like a child or like a dog, like an animal. The dog, it likes this, it doesn't like that. When it likes something, his tail is wagging. When it dislikes something, teeth show, because the dog has no mindfulness. As a meditator, we should be aware of liking and disliking and take the mind past that. I will not be chased by the pushing and pulling in my mind, liking and disliking, because I want to know what is right and what is wrong, what is good for me, what is not good for me. Do you know the sutta? The Buddha talks about this. He said there is a racehorse, thoroughbred, purebred racehorse, and there is a farm horse. The racehorse sees its master coming and thinks to itself, what will my master teach me today? What will my master make me do for him or her today? But the farm horse sees the master coming. The farm horse thinks, food. I like this a lot. You have both of these horses in your mind. You have both in your mind. In psychology, it's called id and ego. Id is the animal part of your mind that likes something and dislikes something. The ego is the part of your mind that can determine, is something good for me or not good for me? One of my students in Mahajula years ago, he really liked to play computer games. I don't know why. I never play computer games myself. He really liked to play computer games. He'd play all night playing these computer games. Then he's very tired. He lives in Mahajula, Wang Noi. For me, I live in Bangkok. I travel from Bangkok. I come to teach my class. I am on time. He's always late. He lives in Wang Noi. He only has to walk across the car park, but always late or doesn't turn up. So one time, I go over to the dormitory. I get the room number. I go over. I open the door. He's there playing the game like this. I say, you get to your class. Why did you become a student? Because part of him knows what is good and what is right. Part of him just follows liking and disliking. I like to play computer games. I don't like to be in class. So he behaved like a child. As a meditator, second satipatthana, liking and disliking, you should know, you should understand the mind likes and dislikes. You like the weather. For me, I like. Some of you too cold. Some of you wear big hat and jumper and blanket and sit like this in the morning. Do you like it or dislike it? Or are you prepared to see the mind liking and disliking? Train yourself to be an adult human being, to be wise, responsible human being. You have to have the space in your mind to understand I will like things and dislike things, but I will not be controlled by this liking and disliking. That makes a good adult human being. You can hear somebody say something you dislike, see somebody do something you dislike. You don't get attached. You can see something you want, something that you like. You don't get attached. The Buddha said there are 5 powers that the monk should practice. When we say monk, it means a monk, nun, lay person, lay women, for Sangha. The power to, when you like something, to view it as disliking. When you like something, to view it as neutral. When you dislike it, to see it as pleasant. When you dislike it, to see it as neutral. And when something is neutral, you can view it as pleasant. 5 powers. Did you catch? Unpleasant sensation you can see as pleasant. You're sitting in meditation, body feels uncomfortable, but you can see this is good meditation. You can view as pleasant. Something pleasant you can see as neutral. You want to get the food, you want to get the nice kuti, you want to get the nice whatever, I don't know. You can see this as neutral, not be controlled by Vedana. You can see unpleasant sensation as pleasant. It's why the monks, we do a super gamatana, right? We can do tudong practices, special practices. Even the ordinary person find unpleasant, maybe like arms round, you have no shoes, you have no control on your food, but you can see the beauty in that. The unpleasant you can see as neutral, not to be controlled by something that the disliking in the mind. And finally, the 5th power, something that is neutral you can see as pleasant. Primary thing for us, we can see the breath is neutral. It doesn't feel pleasant or unpleasant, right? Nobody walks around thinking, oh, my breath is so pleasant. I'm so excited to get another breath. But we can view it as pleasant. Same for the feet. Walking on the ground is neutral feeling, but you can see as pleasant. So this practice around Vedana, the Buddha was showing, you can take control of your own psyche, your own citta. Third satipatthana, citta. Know the mind. Know the mind state. What is the mind doing? This is one reason why in the walking meditation, when you come to the end of the walk, we say, intending to turn, intending to turn, intending to walk, intending to walk. You can just say the words, walk backwards and forwards, intending to walk, intending to walk, intending to walk. You can record the words, put on your phone, hang your phone around your neck. Your phone can say it for you, intending to walk, intending to walk. It doesn't mean anything. Why we do this practice, this exercise? Because after some time, you start to note the actual intention that comes up, the feeling of about to turn, the feeling inside your mind and your body about to walk. If you do the practice well, you should, if you are a good yogi, you should start to notice intentions coming up. Everything before you do it, there is an intention, volitional impulse that moves you to do it. Ordinary people, they don't see that. Ordinary people who never did the practice, they don't see these mechanisms in the mind. They just act. I want a cup of tea, you get the cup of tea. I want to go to the bathroom, you're off. Ordinary people. New monks and nuns, sometimes not much experience in meditation. You ever see them go to the bathroom? They're sitting like this, and then suddenly they just stand up, turn around, and they're off. It's like an elastic band, like they've gone. Never see that intention arise before every action that you make, good or bad. You have that intention comes up. That intentional impulse, push, dictates your whole life. I notice this when I like to drink tea and coffee. I notice before I would just be making a cup of tea. I want a cup of tea. But after I meditate, I notice, like I have the urge, go and make a cup of tea. Do I want tea or not? Is this the right time or the wrong time? These urges, this volition, impulse, controls your life, especially for a non-meditator. You get angry, you get annoyed, you get happy, you get sad. The rain falls, you cry, the smile shines, you smile, the sun shines, you smile. Just controlled all the time by these mechanisms in the mind. You have the opportunity as a meditator to view and to know these impulses as they happen, these intentions, before everything that you do. Before you go to class or don't go to class, before you turn on the computer, before you watch the football, before you read a book, always these impulses pushing you. So please be aware that our walking meditation, we say intending to turn, intending to turn, intending to walk, intending to walk. Maybe the Sayadaw will ask you, why? What do you feel when you say intending to walk? You should be able to tell him. You feel these impulses. So this is combining all of the four satipatthana. First to the body, then the liking and the disliking, and then the mind state, mental state, citta. All of these we combine with the Dhamma. The Dhamma that I trust you have learned already. You can then investigate. Suffering. Where does suffering arise? In the morning, you are cold. Is it suffering? Do you suffer the entire time through the morning? Or does suffering pop up? You think, I'm cold, ooh, then I suffer. What if I don't think I'm cold? Do I suffer? You can investigate Dhamma. So these are just some of the reasons why we are doing meditation. Please do trust the system, trust that these exercises that we do will have benefit in the end. I really noticed this because I was teaching the BA in Faculty of Humanities for many years. And we see the students come from many countries, mostly from Myanmar. And they're not very mindful. They look around, they prick their nose, they scratch, they come, they go to the bathroom every 10 minutes, they look at their phone, they're chit-chatting, no self-control. Every year I think, oh, Buddhism is doomed to failure. And then I watch these same students, I watch them, many, they fall off, don't want to do it, they leave, go back, they don't finish their degree. But many of the students, they stay and they finish their degree, their meditation class, learn about Buddhism, mindfulness, learn from the teachers, learn from the friends, do an MA, sometimes PhD. And I see them 10 years later as they finish PhD. This is a very different human being to the human being who entered Mahajala 10 years previous. The system works if we do it in the right way, if we practice in the right way. I compare to students who study in ordinary university, and the boys and the girls, they get together and they're dating and things, and drink and alcohol and parties, and then you see them at the end, they did not develop as human beings. For us, our university has discipline, has meditation, has good system. And at the end of it, really good quality human beings. The ones who make it to the end are not always the smartest people, they are the most diligent, kayan, are willing to do the work. These are the last ones remaining. Diligence is the most important quality. Do you notice here, when we do the meditation, 1 o'clock you are all here, 2 o'clock you are all here, 3 o'clock most of you are here, 4 o'clock half of you are here, 5 o'clock everybody's gone. Who is still here at 5 o'clock? I look around. Every year it's the same answer. The Vietnamese bhikkhunis, they beat you every year. Still sitting, practicing, patient. So that patient endurance, in fact, is our best quality and our best tool. So I want to leave these words with you. If you have a question, we just have a few minutes, but only question on practice. I don't want question on where are you from? What football team do you like to support? What food do you eat? We don't concern on this retreat. But if there's anything that I said you are doubtful about, you can ask. If not, I will turn the retreat back over to Tanvirasak. Okay, everybody's good. Okay.
When in your mind do you plan to switch over to freestyle form of practice?
That I don't know is up to our retreat leader here. So,
brilliant. In the past, is there a general kind of expect maybe 3 or 4 days of free
depends
form?
on Tanvirasak and the instructions that we get from
up above.
Yeah, from above.
Thank
but you. I would encourage you to. There's always part of a mind that is tied to this Vedana, Dukkha Vedana, Sukha Vedana, right? So some people, like, you sit, you say 1 hour sitting too much, 45 minutes is better. Somebody else says 30 minutes sitting, 30-minute walking. And then we say 1 hour walking, and you think, oh, I think half an hour walking, now I want to sit. But this is just that Vedana, Dukkha Vedana, Sukha Vedana in the mind. I want to do this, I want to do that. Fighting against the system. The best meditator is always the one that when we stand, you stand. When you sit, you sit. When everybody walks, he walks. When we go back to the tent, we go back to the tent. That quality of mind that you can take charge, take control of your mind, take charge of yourself, and then just follow the system. So I sit for 1 hour, maybe after 40 minutes I start to hurt, I can endure. Maybe I want to take a bath at 4 o'clock because the bathroom has a long queue. Maybe my feet hurt in the walking. So that's just this Vedana in the mind, the liking and the disliking, the wanting and the not wanting, pushing and pulling your mind, fighting. I want to make things nice for me, comfortable for me. So really, honestly, truly, the best meditator is the one who can just do the system. If the mind complains, or the mind doesn't like it, or the mind loves it, it's just Vedana. It's just liking and disliking. We can put aside, we can observe the liking and disliking, observe the pushing and pulling, and keep our practice. Okay, I'm going to, we are out of time, so, okay, short. Just speak loudly, I will repeat.
One more question?
Ajahn, I have a question about, as you mentioned before, we labeling and do action. It's bring our attention to practice, have mindfulness. But I noticed that when we labeling and then we have action, is there should be we have action first and then following labeling, because action is a phenomenon. So from my understanding, at least we have it at the same time, not the labeling first and the action second. Am I understand right?
Right. First thing that you have is intention. The intention
Yes.
comes first. If you're not mindful, then you find you're already in the action. You find you are already walking to the bathroom before you realize. And then walking, or complaining in the mind, or wanting. You're already wanting. But if you are mindful, you notice the impulse first. This small movement before you get into the action, you notice the impulse. At that point, you can label. If your mindfulness is very sharp, you don't need to label clearly. You don't need to say liking, wanting. If you can really see it and know it, you are separated from it, you are not controlled, maintain your awareness is enough. Yeah. Okay, we have finished the allotted time for this morning. So thank you all for your attention, and hope you have a good retreat. Okay.
On behalf of practitioners, we would like to express our sincere thanks to Most Venerable Prajan Bundit for your kindness giving the Dhamma talk this morning. Hopefully all practitioners will get the knowledge, wisdom to apply to your practice, improve your practice to be better. So thank you so much, Prajan, for your kindness for this morning. Thank you. Sadhu. Sadhu. Please everyone, Mahasangha, pay respect to Prajan Bandit together. Anjali Vanta Apiwa Anjali Vanta Apiwa Anjali Vanta Apiwa Anjali Vanta Anjali